What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and welcome back to Green and Gold Games and my Let's Play of The Outer Worlds. This is episode number 22. We're going to go back and complete Herrick's handiwork by taking his stash. Alright, so next up, here we go. Alright.
Like wrapped among the rocks. Damn, you got some nimble fingers, Captain.
Alright.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Bad news. You don't have the savings you think you do.
What? Something happened to our stashed bit carts? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony. No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind. Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Smells like rafting.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Let's talk about Caleb.
You knocked any sense into him yet?
Caleb's suddenly too broke to strike. He's coming back to work.
Funny how that works out. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind?
Nope, that'll do it. And that is mission complete. Alright, now what? Alright, I guess our next target is Fallbrook. Which is over there. Bit of a ways away from where we are, though. So let's get a move on. Alright, we have made it into Fallbrook. And we're probably going to be greeted by this guy right here.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Where am I? What is this place?
Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient. We're a leisurely stopover for the more adventurous spacefaring traveler. Understand?
Sure.
Swell. We like quick on the draw types like you. Saloon is straight back and to the right. Once you're feeling sated, you're welcome to a private cabin. Only $250 a night. Ms. Malin can let you one if you're interested. She's the one who runs this racket. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
Tell me about the amenities.
No reservation, no problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, you've gone too far. Check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight.
Lilia sent me. Where's Catherine?
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? Oh, that sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit.
Breathe. It's okay. Just point me toward Miss Malin.
She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise. Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
This is sublight territory.
Fallbrook's great. Anything you want, they've got it. So long as you've got the bits.
Well, I've got plenty of bits.
Nah, last time I saw him was, stars. I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
Stuff all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Down the tunnel on the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. Wonder if I can find a dentist who paid something for the teeth. Cheney.
Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Let's go look for him. Okay, maybe he's around this way.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be cleaner.
The waterfall's a good spot to wash your clothes.
There he is.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
What's going on here?
This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
You're going to give up everything you've ever believed in just for revenge?
Yes, that's about the long and short of it. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Max, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
There. That's sorted then.
I don't think so. A crazed hermit on Scylla? He's playing us for fools.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
What do you say, Vicar?
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway.
Well, looks like we're going to be heading back to Scylla before too long. Of course, we were there near the beginning of the game. But we'll do that in a bit. Now... we gotta go find Catherine. Actually... looks like I might have to go back to Stiller Bay for a minute. Oh, shit.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
Why didn't you tell me you served time in prison?
You never asked.
Very funny. Would you care to explain now?
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Baconu journal.
What was it like, being in prison?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
Why did you feel the need to lie to me about Cheney?
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
I understand. We all get a little obsessed sometimes. You're forgiven.
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
Let's move on. Alright. Let's get back to Stellar Bay.
Well, if it isn't my friendly wilderness savior. While picking up supplies from Bronson, I happened to tell your tale, and wouldn't you know it, he recalled your assistance in other matters. Many thanks, stranger. Care to purchase a thing or two?
Let's see what you got. Well, Weston, right? What are you doing out here?
Ah, the iconoclasts have folk around the wilderness. Occasionally, some of them come to me for aid, providing they can't make it back to Amber Heights.
Iconoclasts, huh? What do you know about their leader?
Well, I try to keep my head down, but I have heard that Graham fella rambling on a few too many times. Might say he's obsessed. Were I the type to say a thing like that.
Oh yeah, you're just alright. Great face mask. Interesting. Pick up the goodies. Nice. Double nice. Is that it? Yep. All right. Looks like all these guys are respawning. Yeah, I can hear that. He's going crazy right now. Alright, now we can meet with Catherine.
All right?
You got these spawns.
Damn, but we're good.
Hey, you know what? That's fine with me. It's more stuff. Man, all kinds of stuff.
Stink. Hell of a shot. Next one's mine.
Collecting the goodies. Guess the guy's ready for respond yet. Alright, all roads lead to Catherine.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Crude but forthright. I admire that.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
Nice to meet you. I'm PackerMan.
I'll be sure to remember that, fella. Want to tell me what you need? Well, I'm half listening.
Actually, I'm the fixer. For your sublight problem?
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Ooh. I found a passcode on a corpse in Stellar Bay. I guess it grants access to the extraction site?
Found it on a corpse, huh? If you killed Lilia's agent, you get to explain it to her. Not me.
He was dead when I got there.
Well, shit. I knew he'd come to a bad end one day. Still, no time for weeping and wailing. We've got a metric fuck-ton of bits worth of salvage just waiting for extraction.
How special and what sort of something?
Special as in unlawful, delicate, and deadly. As to the something, no, it ain't a person. Not this time. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
What the heck is Alta Vitae gas?
Do I look like one of them egghead science types? All I know is that labs use it to create plants and livestock out of local species. But it's a controlled commodity, available only to the board, so it is of high value on the dark market.
I can get it done.
I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
No problem. Nokia's handled Manosaurs before.
And will again. We ought to be taking any opportunity we get to bury those critters in lead.
Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew.
Crews are for ships. They were a family.
Close enough. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Good thing we have an engineer. Parvati will handle it.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. On the terminal, use the passcode you got from Stellar Bay to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I might be interested.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
Say I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
And if I wanted to kill him?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be. How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Sanjar said you know something about a corporation operating in secret on Monarch.
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the Northern Bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
I'll check it out.
And I'll thank you kindly for it.
That's enough for now. Alright then. Both of our faction quests have been updated. There's an abandoned lab in the Cascadia houses. And of course, as you remember, Cascadia was completely overrun with beasts. So that's where we'll probably be going next. After we take care of this. The drop-off point where that bridge used to be. But that'll come next time. I'm going to cut it off right here. I want to thank you very much for watching. And until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out. You better like and subscribe or face the consequences. You have been warned.